Welcome to this video on reconstructing African American lineages across the antebellum divide. We will explore advanced methodologies and transitional record strategies to help bridge the gap in your genealogical research. Navigating the historical reality of chattel slavery requires a specialized strategy. Because legal identities were often erased prior to 1865, researchers must pivot to transitional records created between 1865 and 1875 to cross this significant historical rupture. The progressive research model is essential. Always work systematically backward from the present, documenting each generation thoroughly. Bypassing generations before reaching the 1870 census can lead to catastrophic errors in your family history. Phase 1 focuses on exhausting the home archive. This involves documenting all extant knowledge, capturing oral histories from elders, and establishing the precise geography of your ancestors in 1870 to guide future searches. Effective research requires a paradigm shift. Unlike standard genealogy, African American specific strategies include studying collateral lines, monitoring potential surname shifts, performing manual page-by-page document searches, and closely examining colored registers for critical clues. The 1870 federal census serves as the universal benchmark. It is a foundational record that identifies formerly enslaved individuals by name for the first time, reveals post-war family structures, and provides crucial geographic clues through proximity to neighbors. Freedmen's Bank records are biographical goldmines. These records from 1865 to 1874 often include detailed information such as birthplace, age, occupation, and family relationships, and they frequently name a former enslaver or plantation. Freedmen's Bureau records are essential for documenting the transition to freedom. Local field office records, including labor contracts, marriage registers, and ration distribution lists, offer deep insights into the immediate post-emancipation era. The 1867 voter registrations help track interstate migration. Because these registries include the place of nativity for African American men, they provide critical data for tracing ancestors who were moved through the domestic slave trade. To cross the divide, pivot from the ancestor to the enslaver. Conduct a 10-page neighbor survey, researching property-owning families within a 20-page radius of your ancestor in the 1870 census to identify potential enslavers. Beware the surname myth. Only about 15% of formerly enslaved individuals adopted the surname of their last enslaver. Do not eliminate a candidate simply because the names do not match. Cross-reference instead. Explore property and profit records to find names of the enslaved. Probate files, wills, deeds, mortgages, and plantation logs are invaluable sources that often document individuals as property alongside their enslavers. Your extended toolkit includes major federal collections. Look into United States Colored Troops pension files, land entry records from homestead claims, and the 1930s WPA slave narratives for first-hand accounts. Leverage modern digital tracking projects. Resources like the Texas Runaway Slave Project, the New York Slavery Records Index, and regional databases like Unknown No Longer provide specialized access to records of the era. To summarize your action plan, exhaust your home archive, pinpoint the 1870 census, search Freedmen's Bank and Bureau records, conduct the 10-page neighbor survey, and finally, pivot to investigating the enslaver's records.